Hello, and welcome to the next video in the series for mold design. Today we will be looking at water fittings to our mold. We will discuss selecting and placing cooling components, the different types of cooling lines and fittings, trimming and making complete cooling circuits, and creating the baffle table. We will add cooling to the core half of this mold. First, we will need to activate the movable side subassembly. Since all the pocket and other component holes are shown, we can just show the core block. I'll now use the cooling function in the mold design toolbar. We will look at adding a cooling item with channel, which is a solid base feature. Once I choose this option, I get a dialog box. I can then select whether I'd like to choose baffles, fittings, or plugs, and so on. I've chosen to add a plug first. After selecting the size plug I like, I get a different dialog. Here it asks how I would like to place this object. I'll choose Place on Face and select the face that I'd like the plug on. Once this is done, I have other options. With or without cut, for example. This allows me to automatically add the hole for the component as I add the item. I also have the ability to place them using nominal dimensions with a snap feature. I can adjust the placement by a set increment. We can also select the diameter of the cooling line we would like to add. The radial and tip offset refers to a phantom body in transparent purple that will show with the actual cooling channel, the green. We can use this feature to show how close we are to the pockets, screw holes, and other parting surfaces. Next, I have to choose how the program determines the length. I have many options to choose from. Here I will place delta to give the length as well as we can adjust the size of the offsets here. What type of end, whether it be drilled, flat, or a ball end. Once applied, the cooling channel is added to the item. I will now add a channel and jiffy connector. Again, I'll select the face and set the parameters. I'll add the two lines that will make out the in and the out for my water circuit. This time I'll set the length to by reference cooling channel. This system asks me for a channel to reference, and I'll choose a horizontal line we added before. The newly added line automatically goes to this channel. These lines intersect to the reference line, but I like them to go through. We have the ability to extend it. Also, with this item, we can decide if we'd like the Jiffy connector counterboard or flush to the face. This is done through a secondary option by selecting a different placement point. The channel and item have been added to the side of the mold. Here we can see the Jiffy connector has been counterbored. Now I'll add some connector lines to complete the cooling circuit. I'll select the plug once again, and this time I will add them to the bottom face of the core block. I'll place these where the two horizontal lines intersect. I see since the length is set to delta, the system still remembers the first length I gave it. I'll change this by reference channel again. This time I'll change from group control to individual. This will allow me to select separate reference channels for each plug. By selecting the item, I can control the reference line I'd like it to meet. Again, I will extend it to go through. Now there is a complete circuit. We'd like to add some baffles or bubblers now. Still using the cooling item with channel, I will select the baffle from the catalog. Picking the bottom face, I'll start placing the baffles. As they are placed, we can see they're already 90 degrees to the line. The length is still set to delta. We will change this to maximal length. By choosing this option, the program looks for the parting surfaces and will automatically stay away the distance based on the value of our tip offset. I will change it to 0.75 or 3/4 of an inch. After accepting all the parameters, the system will create the lines in the block. Now we can see the baffle. With all the baffles in place, I can now create a baffle table. The system will automatically select all the baffles placed and use these to create the table of baffles. We will look at the settings. They are same as the pin chart we created in the ejector video. Again, the chart is saved to our job folder and opens automatically. The part name as well as the baffle length, diameter, and locations are shown here. That concludes this video on adding cooling components. I hope you found this to be informative, and thank you for watching. Please look for the next video in the mold design series, Bill of Materials.